Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're continuing our series on modifiers in UModeler X. The next modifier we're going to look at is the Subdivide Modifier. The Subdivide Modifier is a great tool that lets you smooth out the surfaces by subdividing the faces. It's perfect for creating high quality details and achieving more polished looking things for your model. You might use the Subdivide Modifier when you need more vertices to work with, for adding fine details such as sculpting, intricate patterns, or basically making your model look a bit more organic. It's also useful for prepping a model for further modifications like adding textures or applying other modifiers. Let's see how it works. All right, so for the Subdivide tool, this is going to be a pretty quick one. So what we're going to do is go ahead and create a box here. And I'll just go ahead and create something like this, and we'll just kind of go upwards there. And now we have our cube. So the first thing I'll do is just go ahead and subdivide and see what happens, right? And so I'm going to go down and hit subdivide. Nothing happened. That's because you have to change your subdivision level. So I'm going to go ahead and hit 1. Oh, okay. It's subdivided. It gives me more faces. If I go from 1 to 0, right? We went from 6 faces to 24 faces. All right, that's nice. Then we go from 2. All right, 96, 384. See how useful this little panel is? Super useful. All right, so that's great. But what if, you're like, well, I don't want an egg. I still want my cube, but I just wanted to have it more subdivided. Well, we can do that. So let's go ahead and do it. So what I'm gonna do is go back to 0. And what I'll do is go here, and what I'm going to do is go down to my loop cut tool. Now, my loop cut tool, what we need to do is constrain the subdivision. So when it subdivides, it kind of pulls all of our mesh in and bringing it in is tightening it up. We need to kind of put some edges on it, some constraints. So I'm going to kind of try to keep this simple, and I'm going to click and drag this loop here. And so I want the subdivision to kind of pause there. I want it to pause here, right? I need it to be constrained there on the edge. I need it to be constrained here on this edge. I need it to be constrained here. And we just kind of want to make sure that that is taken care of all the way around. Are we missing any edges? I think we are good to go. I can put one in the center for good measure. And I think we're good. All right. And so now we have this cube, but we put some constraints around those edges. Let's see what happens. So what I'll do is go back to my subdivide. Remember, we're still in the stack. And so now if I hit 1, look at that. And so now our subdivisions doesn't actually mess up our mesh. That's nice. And we have it all subdivided. So now if we want to go higher, we can, right? And that's great. And you have a higher density edge loops and stuff here where the creases are, and you can go from there. Nice. And so that's pretty much the subdivision tool. Subdivision is pretty common, right, in most 3D applications. And it's no different here. You basically add more polygon, more faces to your object, and it should give you the option to be able to add more details if you need to. Maybe you add some details to this mesh, and then what do? You can bake possibly this mesh to a lower poly version of it, so you can still get some of those nice rounded looking edges without it actually necessarily being high polygon count. And so you just got to kind of figure out how you want to approach it. And that's pretty much it for that. At this point, if you want, you can continue just like that. You can continue if we wanted to use the bin modifier tool with this and add some angle to it. As you can see, we can do that. And that's all part of the stack, right? And if we wanted to move, right, just like we said before, and the other one, just like that. And you can still continue to do that, which is great in how this all works. All right, so that's pretty much it for that subdivision modifier. We can go ahead and remove these as needed. And once we collapse it, then our mesh is actually completely subdivided and you are free to use it. Awesome. All right, well, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any new ideas for new modifiers, be sure to share them with me directly. I love to chat about new features. Make sure to stay up to date with all the latest features and updates by hitting that subscribe button and clicking the notification bell. By doing so, you'll never miss out on any of the exciting updates. I'll see you in the next one.